Hey traders, welcome to another edition of the Crypto Lab with Alex, featured by Trading Analysis. So as usual, we are going to go in a little bit of macro environment outlook, as well as the latest developments in the crypto space. As usual, if you are viewing this channel regularly, you know that you can post your requests in the chat box. So if you are interested to see my view on some of the cryptos you track or you would like to track, just post the symbol or the name in the chat box. When we go through the usual scan of the macro outlook and the crypto space, I will try to see all of your requests and try to look the charts. I hope you are all well and fine. So let's dive in. Fed meeting was yesterday, so let's look at a little bit what is going on the US 10-year yields. Let me just give you a better screen so you can see the charts. So yeah, the outlook on the 10-year yields is still capped between these two major kind of a resistance and the support levels that we are looking here. Any break on the downside will mean that we will have a complete five-way move, and that will have a larger implication on the rates. Fed meeting was yesterday, and they announced a potential raising rates in kind of an end of 2022, and as well a potential tapering in a couple of months. They are still going to be data dependent regarding the jobs, but overall the economy is recovering from the COVID crisis, and Fed pick up the time to be a little bit more vocal regarding the a potential plan in withdrawing the ample liquidity, and as well how they can actually set on a small interest rate increase in the months and months to come. In general, they are still waiting for the increase in jobs. Jerome Powell was also very vocal on the actual need for jobs in the United States, which can spur furthermore a little bit of, let's say, uptick in the next jobs report, which will be beneficial for their current outlook. So as long as, from the technical perspective, as long as we don't see a break of this upper move, we will stay kind of watching this. This might be also just a three-way move, and we can see a break of this, which will have a further implications for the rates. Any break of this upper resistance levels will imply that we will go higher, and then we can kind of draw some type of a potential wave 3 on the upside, reaching around 2% pullback in a wave 4, or some around to this support levels, and then a continuation on the upside. So in the case we do see some movement on the upside towards 2%, we will be able to kind of navigate at least a potential of some type of a five-wave pattern, which will of course have an implication for the next couple of years, because if we see a five-wave move, that means that after a three-wave pullback, we can see another rise in this US government yields, and that will have, of course, a completely different implications than if we see a five-way move down, which will give us actually the more substance to consider this just a three-way move, and then look for a further move down to these 0.54 levels, and then a possible correction, or in a complex manner, or a triangle. So I think these two key levels will play pretty much soon a very important information in regards of the US 10-year yields and the future outlook, how this can move and actually impact the markets. From the US 10-year yields, we're gonna move to dollar index. Dollar index reacted on the upside, which is normal, because if you see Fed preparing to go up in rates in reasonable time ahead, that will be beneficial for dollar because most of the other currencies or countries are still having their yields very low. So US may be the first which will actually raise the rates in the let's say 2022, beginning of 2023, and that had an impact on the move up. But that was not anything significant. We are watching this move down and actually has labeled this move down in a 5-wave move with a small truncation post fifth wave lows around May in 2021. We observe 5-wave move on the upside, and we are looking for this B wave, which can be anchored here, or we might have a little bit more consolidation either in triangles. So B waves can be an ABC, complex WXY, or triangles. So we are still gonna kind of keep this B wave loose a bit until we see a clear 5-wave pattern, which will imply that dollar index will go more in the upside trajectory, reaching some levels that we outlined here around 96, 97. And if we get something more on the upside, we can even reach this 1618, which is the rare occasion, but it is a possibility around 98, 99. So we're going to track that for you. And of course, you will see our outlook on the dollar index on this Thursday streams. From the dollar index, let's visit what is going on metals. We get a lot of questions and interest regarding gold and silver. Not much to say regarding gold. As the dollar was moving higher, gold started to move lower. Post these lows a couple of weeks ago, we can identify a 5-wave sequence, but this still might be some type of a complex correction down to here, and then we might see a push up. The pattern on gold, it's still not clear. It can be numerous things in regards of the existing Elliott wave patterns. It can be a big triangle, something more complex, reaching lower levels. So we still cannot, with certainty, clarify which pattern this is in progress actually right now. All what we can say is that obviously the move down was in 3 waves and the current price movement is sideways. So in one moment of time, gold might complete this correction within a triangle or a complex correction, and we see a potential move further on the upside in gold, actually trading above these 2000 levels, even reaching some of the higher targets that we have for this potential next 5-wave move on the upside. So nothing much to say here regarding gold. Sideways consolidation, which still can be prolonged. If we have some type of a triangle, we will see a little bit more consolidation. So if we subdivide this into some type of a triangle, it might take a little bit more, a couple of months time until it's unfold, and then a post-triangle thrust will be something that it is going to resolve on the upside, because this is just a consolidation pattern within the trend, obviously, which is still moving on the upside in gold. So for silver is the same. Silver actually reached one of our levels that we were looking. We still don't think that this is yet done. We tested this 2021 levels a couple of days ago. This still can be within a formation of this type of a flat, which will be 3 waves down, 3 waves up, and ending diagonal in a C wave, which is a 335, which we usually label as a flat pattern. Triangle is also possible, so silver is in the same situation. A very long 1 year consolidation in silver, which is still not over, obviously, because we don't see a 5-wave move on the upside and break of these resistance levels. So I will say the same for the silver. We expect a little bit more of a sideways, either in a big triangle or in this proposed potential pattern that we see here. So this will be a little bit more upside in B, and then a final push down, which will actually meet this also a potential lows on gold around, let's say, end of December, beginning of January next year. So I would say unchanged, still fluctuating in the sideways pattern between this support and resistance levels. So we are going to track this as well for you. So let's move into crypto space. Lots of development into that space recently, and I will start looking at this Bitcoin chart, which we present for a long time now. As you know, we are tracking a couple of scenarios here. Still, some of the key levels that we see on a Bitcoin chart is holding. If you can actually break down all of these developments here, you will see that the 40K played a pretty key kind of a gravitational force for the Bitcoin in the last couple of months. So actually this previous lesser degree wave 3 dropped down, kept the support around 30K, and then went on the upside, then again tested 30K, and then again went on the upside, and now we are testing again this 30K. So I will say the key levels, which are pretty much very visible for every guy which has a little bit more experience in the technical analysis, will notice that the 40K and 30K are the key levels for the Bitcoin. This chart represents a potential wave 3 highs and propose a potential triangle with a break of this 40K down to 32K, where we can place a potential wave C up in D and E, and this will match also some of the wave counts on gold as well. Here, time equality, which we sometimes look between this wave 2 developments and a wave 4 developments, are equal around the end of 2021. And as I said, December in a couple of times was a key month for Bitcoin in a few instances before. So this is still on table. We are not making any conclusion yet. Definitely, even if we go down, we will see some bounce, and I will explain that on a smaller time frame. So even if we go down, I think 30K will not be a level which will be broke immediately. Okay, so 30K is a pretty strong defendant level in the past, as you can see here in the this instance, and a couple of times here. So even if we test 30K, I don't think the break will be immediate on the downside. We will see some bounce probably back to 40K, and then maybe test these 20K levels where we have this base channel. We still don't know that yet. It is just a hypothesis in a case we start trading in this area there. But for now, we kept this 40K level, and we have to also switch to one of the things that we are looking for our bullish scenario. Let me just find it. I don't know where is it. I always keep a couple of scenarios which are valid for me, and here it is. So in this bullish scenario, we just actually lifted this wave 3 to a higher fib level. So using the projections that we have a couple of them. I was very vocal, as you know, that we are not going to go from this run directly to 100K, because I see some of the levels reached. My target was around 74K, but I was in a very big minority looking for a move down while everybody was looking up. And that is pretty simple. It's nothing exquisite, guys, to know that. If you know just basics of these Fibonacci projections and kind of a basic Elliott wave pattern, you will see that here we came very close to test one of the key ratios which you will look for the wave 3. But in this case, if we switch to a more bullish scenario, we have to consider a possibility that this might be an impulse wave on the upside one, and that we already started move for this wave 3, but on the upper Fibonacci ratios. Okay, so in this case, this will be a completed flat in a lesser degree wave 4. We have a 5-wave sequence, and now we actually posted the potential wave 2 lows inequality. So these two legs are pretty equal, and that's what we want to see for the ABC pullback. Is the wave 2 over? We don't know that yet. So I will just say that current move from the downside has a 5-wave sequence. And at least I think we will test this previous B wave, and that will be the key levels which we are going to watch if the Bitcoin will actually develop a more abrupt 5-wave sequence. Any break in this development on the upside of the 48, 49 level will imply that we are most likely embarking on the wave 3 on the upside, and that this will actually be pretty much vertical, and we will reach levels around 100 to 105 key, where you can see these Fibonacci projection levels and the common ratio that we use for this projection. So for you to take away from this analysis, watch these levels and watch development here. We will address them next week. If you want to have a little bit of a closer and more updates, you can join us in trading analysis. We do have a very developed crypto service which is working already for a couple of years. We have been all over on the latest developments. We also have a very nice Discord channel, multi-wave repository, when you can have my wave counts immediately on your desktop. We also have a trade desk members webinar for a couple of hours, and a short-term video updates for our members. So we do cover extensively over 60 cryptos in our service. You can also visit every Wednesday. We do a couple of charts in cryptos with the stocks and with Bennett and Terry, which are leading the stock service. So you can visit the Todd Gordon's YouTube channel or Trading Analysis YouTube, where you are currently viewing this crypto lab. So we did actually perceived a possibility of a movement down to 40K. In the last couple of weeks, we observed this move down as a wave A, up in B, and down in C, projecting a possible move down to exactly 40K, as you can see here. This was chart a couple of days ago. For now, it worked fine, but in a current stage, we still actually don't know if this is going to portray a more complex correction, or we are going to continue pretty abruptly on the upside, and I think these levels will be the key. So every corrective pattern in a complex manner tend to stop around the highs of the previous B or the X wave, which is exactly here. So watch these levels, watch the development, watch the pattern, and if you see a full development of a 5-wave move above this 49 level, we will have a very small correction, and most likely we will run very quickly in a matter of a couple of weeks towards this 100K in a Bitcoin. So looking the Ether, pretty much the same picture. So we are looking for a same possibility as in a Bitcoin. So as you know, I will look a little bit of a different path in Ether, either a triangle or a running flat. So that if we are still in a wave 4, the more bullish pattern depicts that wave 1 actually is already over, and that same as a Bitcoin, ABC pullback is done. Same thing as in a Bitcoin, watch this B wave highs. If we cross that working pattern, which will be impulsive on the upside, from here, that will actually mean that Ether is already embarked on the pretty sharp third wave upside, which can actually reach some of these levels between 6 and 7K. We're going to see a fourth wave pullback and basically a closing a higher degree wave 3 around, let's say from 8 to 10K in this round before the larger degree wave 4 starts. Okay, so we see these developments in Bitcoin as well. So again, the same levels should be watched here. 5-wave sequence above will be very bullish. Any kind of a turnover or a rollover down from these levels will imply that we are either in this proposed triangle or a complex B wave, which can reach 786 retracement. So still, cryptos are still not out of the woods, but our wave count on the many altcoins, which we also now used as a potential view, was pretty nice. And actually responded from our key levels. I will just show you a couple of them. We were looking, for example, in Matic for um, complete ABC corrective pullback with a support a couple of weeks already ago, which actually unfolded pretty nice, as you can see here. And from this development, we are seeing now a 5-wave pattern forming. It is still not out of the woods, but a nice response. Looking at this, resistance is at 1.49, and we are looking for this pattern with a Bitcoin and Ether if we are in an impulsive move to develop further higher on Matic. And you can see similar things on many other altcoins. For example, if you look also Binance Coin, the same situation. We have been all over regarding this potential pattern and a corrective move, and that actually unfolded nicely. We have a 5-wave move from there, and then we are going to look from here if we see the break of this key level, either a B or an X wave on the upside. That will mean that we are going to start to move further higher. And the situation like this is on many cryptos. We see the same on the XRP. XRP actually also did a nice 3-wave move on the downside, reaching 1618. You will usually see these levels as a potential support. We might, in some extreme cases, even come down to this 0.73. But if we start to break again this previous B wave, this time in a triangle, the probability will increase that we're going to continue higher. And actually, this wave count worked pretty nice for our members because we knew that after this sharp move on the downside, after some corrective pullbacks in any of the form that we look, we're going to see another move down, which actually happened. I will bring floor to you guys. I can also revisit for a second Bitcoin dominance chart. Total crypto market cap is still same as a Bitcoin chart, so I will look for either a consolidation or this is already a pattern which will imply a further break, so nothing new there. In the case we move lower, we might see either a triangle or even in an extreme cases, depends on the market cap on a Bitcoin, this will be a flat in B and down in C, revisiting 1 trillion. I don't see that option. For this option, I will need clearly a 5-wave move development continuation, which we don't see that for now. So we are not going to discuss it, at least in this moment, until we see the signs that we might have something like this. So I will stay within a kind of a more conservative, shorter term kind of a sideways pattern as a triangle or immediate break on the upside. I am bullish on a crypto space. As you can see, I'm just trying to navigate this very tiring kind of a consolidation that we are going through. Bitcoin dominance chart actually reached our target. We still cannot conclude that this is the 5th wave completion. We can go a little bit more on the downside. Any break of these levels at 45.69 will mean that we're going to see some larger move up in a Bitcoin over the alts, which will actually probably make a Bitcoin push much more stronger than in the altcoin. Also, in the case we go down, Bitcoin will not move down that much as the altcoins. So we are very close to complete this pattern. 5-wave move down is already either completed, we wait for confirmation, or has a little bit a touch to the downside, and then the Bitcoin will roar on the upside, kind of giving its dominant strength a bit more power, at least for some type of a corrective pullback. So let me go and see how are you guys. So I see Dogecoin. Hey Felix, what's up? Hi Maria. Hey Jay, Vet, Matic, BNB. We already look BNB and Matic. Could you pick time? Could you pick frame 10 minutes for BTC? Yeah, sure. I'm looking also on a smaller time frame. So let's look Bitcoin on a 10-minute time frame. I'm not used to it. I was doing that before. But Bitcoin 10-minute charts. Let's just restore the data and see where we are in 10-minute charts. Yeah, so Bitcoin 10-minute charts, we are, I think, in some type of a fourth wave, either triangle or a consolidation, and I expect a full 5-wave development on the upside. We still don't have clearly a 5-wave. A move up from this equality was in wave 1, down in 2, 1618. You can subdivide this in a very nice 5-wave pattern. This is either a flat with the one more move lower. In this consolidation, it's done. So I expect from these levels to see a further, for now, further uprise in the price of the Bitcoin for the first 5-wave move. Okay, so I still don't think that the first sequence is finished, and of course afterwards we will look for some type of 3-waves pullback and then a further continuation to the mentioned 49 levels. But it is absolutely crucial that we see a complete 5-wave move on the upside fully develop, because that will tell us that we have at least one more leg similar on the upside after a 3-waves pullback. Hey Lawrence, what's up? Thank you for coming to Crypto Lab, and you're looking forward for it. We are glad. VeChain, Lucy Parks, Ethereum, Bitcoin. How do you see Solana? Hey Swag. Hi Alex, can you do Shiba? No, Shiba. I think I looked Shiba. So let's see Shiba and what this Shiba coin does. I'm very interested to see that. So let's. Is this Shiba or I'm dreaming? Maybe we have a better chart on the coin market cap than on Coin Paprika. Shiba US, yeah. Yeah, I mean, chart is pretty much, I would say, a kind of a implying sideways consolidation. Maybe we are still in some type of a big triangle. I really don't see anything on the upside yet. After a full swing higher, we have seen something which can be counted as a up in B, down in C, but we didn't see a confirming price action on the upside. Okay, so Shiba is still in a very sideways consolidation. Usually I don't like to see that. After such a big drop, I want to see some response on the upside, but this one still cannot be labeled impulsively because we have seen only 3 waves up. So as long as we trade in a sideways consolidation, there is a danger if we test these levels to break a little bit more on the downside. So I will be just careful. I will here definitely wait to see some type a 5-wave pattern, either a leading diagonal from here or from some lower levels. I will definitely like to see something like this with a pullback, which will make me think that Shiba completed a possible correction and then continuation on the upside. Now, I don't have really any visibility on it, except I can state that Shiba is in a sideways consolidation. no 5-wave pattern can be seen to signify a possible move on the upside. So I will say this one might be in a little bit of danger, moving a little bit lower. So be careful with loading up on Shiba. Break of the higher resistance levels will imply a possibility of a 5-wave a pattern forming, and then I will have a different outlook. So in this moment, nothing much to say regarding Shiba. Okay, and we did Shiba. Could you please update on a Doge? Dogecoin, okay, I see everybody wants for Dogecoin. Overall chart is still portraying, I think we looked weekly level, just that you can see the overall outlook. So as you can see, this RSI is still didn't touch these key levels for the lows. So we can count 5 waves up in a wave 1, down in 2, very sharp increase up in a possible wave 3, reaching equality. So this is the base channel, which actually is keeping this Dogecoin pretty well anchored to kind of fluctuate in some type of a sideways consolidation. I still look this as a potential triangle. I don't see any 5-wave advance, as I was very vocal if you tracked the Crypto Lab in the past. So as you can see here, we see some type of a 3 waves down, 3 waves up. So nothing in particular in regards of the bullish scenario. So I will say either we are in a very complex A, up in B, C, D, and E. So it's very important we keep this sideways range to potentially view this as a triangle, and then from that range to start to move towards a higher target in a 5-wave move. So usually what happens when you have a potential triangle, you will see a break in wave 1, and maybe a kiss of this triangle line in a wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and wave 5, completing this higher degree sequence. So look pretty very carefully on these levels. Any break on the downside, especially of 0.16, will imply that this coin might revisit a lower levels. Okay, so if I see a small consolidation here and a potential attack or a test of these levels and a break, you can fairly look for a lower level. So I think as with the same cryptos but the different patterns, it is very important that we stay within this consolidation without breaking of these key levels here. And it's also very important that this consolidation, when it's done, we see on a smaller time frame some small 5-wave moves up and a small correction, kind of a kissing this potential triangle line here. So be careful. This will be my ultimate levels to behold on Dogecoin, and any break on the downside will not look good, I think, shorter term for the Dogecoin, but the overall pattern suggests that we are still in the uptrend, and that this baseline channel, as long as we trade, the RSI is coming pretty much down to these key levels around 39, 38, 37, and the baseline is going to provide support at least for some time to hold it, while this RSI might actually kiss also this lower level. So I will say if we stay in this range, respecting these levels, maybe you will see a test and a breakout, a small kind of stops, pick up wick on the downside, and then from there we can start to move towards this wave 3 target, which is around from 1.7 to 3.3 on a Dogecoin, and then you will see a wave 4 correction and a further consolidation. Shorter term is still in a sideways move. Okay, so let me see. What else? Yeah, Lawrence, I didn't say it is I have a firm, I mean, a Bitcoin dominance chart was tracked by us. If you look this crypto labs back when they started in December in 2020, pretty substantially successful. We have identified a possibility of a five-wave move down, which unfolded pretty nicely. And while the majority of the crypto market was pretty much bullish on this move on the upside, we identified that as a potential wave 4, which actually happened. So I will not say we are very sure. I will say there is a pretty big probability that the wave 5 completed, or we have a little bit more downside. So that is all what I'm saying. Usually I wait for a confirmation to be more sure. So what I want to see is a five-wave move up, breaking these resistance levels. So as you can see, also applying Elliott wave is also connected with a major support resistance and wave count invalidation levels and the confirmation levels. So it's a pretty extensive on that front and very informative if you use it. So I will not say I'm sure. I'm just observing for now. It's reacting as we were thinking it is, especially on the downside. So when you see a five-wave pattern completed, you will see a three-wave pullback. I mean, that's very simple. Okay, so let me see. Hey Amit, hey Salman, Matic, and I already did Matic, so you can look at it when the stream is up. Everybody wants to look BEPRO, okay. Yeah, I think we were pretty much on it on this one. For now, it works as we were thinking. After a five-wave move depicted here, we are seeing a pullback on the downside, which we marked. So let me see. I already explained you, Lawrence. It makes me sure when I see a bounce in five waves. Yeah, so this one is, yeah, potentially done. I want to see also confirmation. Okay, so we have seen on this BEPRO 5 waves up, a very nice 3 waves pullback, and this is a 5-wave development. So I need to see a confirmation for the further move on the upside, which means I will look either for some complex correction, even reaching these levels, or a 5-wave move and a break of these levels of 0.014 will indicate we're going to continue higher. On this daily, RSI is pretty low, so there is a small sufficient reasons to think that we are actually posting some lows here, and that we might see a development of a potential third wave on the upside. Of course, I want to see a break of these key levels to confirm a potential further continuation there. So it doesn't look bad, I would say. 5-wave sequence post C wave lows indicates that we are in the completed wave 2, or we have a little bit more room to go. Let me see. No, we did, Amit, we did Matic on this crypto lab, so just review it when it's done. So we did, I've shown Matic. I did show Matic on the beginning. Let me see some of your requests more. Yeah, let's look Polkadot, and that will be it. So Polkadot is still developing nicely, so we are looking for some type of a continuation on the upside. Wave 2 over, we still don't know, so we are waiting the confirmation. Let me see what I have on my charts here in a Polkadot wave count. So I think it looks good, but of course we need to see some of the confirmations in a wave 1. So I have labeled this as a 1, 2, and then this as a flat, but I need to see a further move over this resistance area for a confirmation on the upside. So There is still a possibility if anything happens with the Bitcoin, this wave 2 can maybe go a little bit lower, but overall I will stay in both cases bullish on Polkadot. This is not a big difference in regards of the bigger picture, what can happen with Polkadot. I'm okay with the both, either with the wave 2 here or with the wave 2 here. I will just measure my risk more if I see lower levels. But for now, Polkadot is still bullish in my book. After a 5-wave move, I have seen a 3-wave pullback, and from that front, I'm either confirming the wave 3 and lots of time to get on it, or we'll see a development in wave 2. So for me, it is the same. I will stay very bullish on Polkadot either way. Okay, guys, so thank you guys for being with us. I hope you derive some of the value from this crypto lab. We do present you here everything what in a smaller amount, of course, what we give to our clients and members in the trading analysis. So if you like to join us, you can test trial. It's like, I think, 20 or 27 bucks for 15 days. So if you like what you see, you can stay with us, or you can join us every Thursday on this crypto lab to see a small portion of what we actually give to our members. We do cover many cryptos, so as you can see, this is just one portion of cryptos that we do. There is, I think, over 40-50 of them here, and we do also additional coverage for our clients and their special requests, which they can search through Discord. So if you like to be in some type of this environment with no hype, with very kind of an efficient and more objective analysis without any biases towards up or down, and environment which is a very risk-oriented community for managing our risk properly, you can join us for a test or become our members. So thank you very much, guys, for your presence. Hit the like button for us so that other crypto guys can eventually see our review of the crypto space and kind of get and maybe acquire even some type of a knowledge how actually we see these markets unfolding and how we see it's going to unfold in the next couple of months. So hit the like button, guys, and see you next Thursday. Have a nice one, and bye-bye.